What's going on, my people? Here we are, whipping another good old dish of food for thought with substance. Something healthy like for you know? Wanted to touch on something, a topic that I didn't talk about in previous videos. Selfishness, or selfish people, you know. The world would be a lot better if everybody wouldn't, if a lot of people, or the majority of people walking around being so selfish. And don't get me wrong, I understand we all have to reserve, even if it's for a peace of mind, even if it's for our financial safety or our health's sake. We have to reserve something for ourselves. I'm not talking about those people that think that way. I'm talking about the ones that is just pure selfish. You know, everything they do, they expecting, or they do it with the intent of getting something back. And most times a greater value than what they put out. I'm talking about those people. First thing is, with those type of selfish people, you know, or people that is selfish, and it cracks me up, you know, is that they fail to realize that when you're selfish, you really don't do nothing but hurt yourself. So in the end, you're being selfish to yourself. You know, you set out to get something from somebody, and you had no intent of appreciating them and giving back to them of equal value. First mistake I should say, you done burnt the bridge, because you know people will peep out and figure your strategy and your character as a person after a while, and see that, okay, I see how they roll. You know, I got a new shirt, but here they are wanting to offer me some old beat up raggedy shirt for exchange, and they think that that's cool. They think that it's alright. Versus saying, hey, I see you got a new shirt, I got a new one too. You know, I don't too much care. You know, it's nice, but I like yours better. And you say you like mine, so hey, let's swap out. Same size and everything. You know, good material. We both like it. We like each other's style of shirt. You know, you want to trade me? Nah, not those type of people. Like I said, one that see they got a raggedy one. Man, be like, hey, you know, I like your shirt. Can I get that from you? And they know that the person, what kind of person they are, what kind of heart they may have, and they have all intent to get over it, being selfish. You know. But then what happens? You go to wash that shirt. You out in the club with that shirt. You just out and about with that shirt. And that shirt end up getting a stain on it. Or you go past the doorknob and it end up getting snagged on the doorknob and ripped. Then what? You know? So, yeah, just want to touch a little bit on selfish people. And for all of us out here, you know, let's not be these type of people. So like I stated before, you know, some of the characteristics of a selfish person, you know, they give you something of less value to receive something from you that is more value. And in their mind, you know, this is okay, you know, but they fail to realize how it's going to catch up with them. Because life is a boomerang, or karma, or whatever you believe in. Basically, what you put out is what you're gonna get. You know, and that's something that selfish people, once again, being so selfish, being so caught up in their mindset of what they want and what they feel they deserve. They don't realize that in order to get what you want in life, whether it's with people, whether it's at work or whatever, you have to put out first. You have to give what you want. You know, it's kind of like a job. You know, can none of us go into a job and just fill out the app, get hired, and expect a check, but we never went in to clock in and start our first day. Nah, that ain't how life works. You gotta put in that work first. You gotta give first. And then that check is gonna come. And guess what? Sometimes you might have to work for a month first. Take that hit in your pocket. Put in that work first. Then you might get a check for 2 or 3 weeks. It might be a nice size check. But guess what? You earned that. You can expect that. Because you gave first what you was looking to receive in the end. You gave yourself, you gave your skills, you gave your time, so that you can receive what you expected in the end. Versus selfish people, nah. They think they should just get it because of them or something like that, which is, I find it kind of hilarious. It's real funny to me. Because don't nobody owe nobody nothing. I don't care how good you look, how gangster you are, or whatever. People is kind to you, they kind to you because they want to be. Now, it is some people, that's selfish too, that will give something up front first, because that's their old manipulative, selfish strategy. They give something of value, or they give first, to you, but that's just to set you up for later, so they can use it against you, and throw it up in your face. Well, remember, I did this for you. You can't do this for me. You can't look out for me now. It's another form or another level of selfishness versus a person that's not selfish. And they see a person is in need, or they got something that they're not using, and they don't have no plans on using. And they see another person can use it, they just give it, here you go, and keep it moving in life. Mentally, and shit, they might even forget what they gave. It might take that person to come back some years later. Hey man, I remember when I was down and out, and you just gave me that, man. I really appreciate that. And you like, I did do that. That's what a non-selfish person. That's how they think, and that's how they move. And guess what? Most times, those individuals, they're gonna have challenges in their life, but they are more successful than a selfish person. Another form of selfishness that I realize has been going on here now for about maybe 10 years. We're looking at 2020. So yeah, or at least what I didn't notice throughout the last 10 years. This I'm a boss. I'm a boss chick. I'm a boss lady. I'm a boss man. Whatever. They may display this boss word. That's a selfish thing, because what I hear and what they display, and it can just be surface viewing on my end. When they say this as saying like they have the power. They tell people what to do, and people do what they tell them to do. And everybody cater to them. You see, a real boss, a boss that's not selfish, you don't look at it like that. Because when you're a real boss, that means you got people depending on you, to feed their family, to provide for their family. So everything that you do to take care of your folks or your family or your employees first as the boss. Being a real boss meaning you take care of others first most times before you take care of you. That's what real bosses do. Because if you're not, and it holds a great deal of responsibility and accountability for yourself. If you call yourself a real boss, that means that you can't allow yourself to get caught up or involved in or spend your time and energy on things that's going to be detrimental to you, which is also going to be detrimental to those that's dependent on you to come through and fulfill your end. It's just like any of us that go into work. We are expecting to be able to arrive at work on time and do our job, and we're looking for a check. But if the boss is not doing what they supposed to do, and we show up at work and the doors is locked, the lights is off, and there's a note on there saying, sorry, we had to close down, which many people have been through this type of scenario or example, and you don't even receive a check for the work that you have already placed or done. That's it's tragic, and it can be messed up, first of all, but secondly, that boss wasn't on top of their game. They wasn't being a real boss. They were just being a selfish, bully type of individual, that didn't have no concerns or care for those that was dedicating themselves and sacrificing things for their goal, that everybody can benefit off of due to them having their skills or their knowledge or their ability to help contribute to the overall goal for everybody to eat and be successful. So yeah, that's another example of this this boss. That's another selfish mindset there. Somebody that just want the power and the image, fame, and trophiness of that position or being in that role, but they ain't willing to put in that work. They're not willing to really understand when you a boss that your employees may get paid and you might not receive no pay for the week. But you're gonna pay your employees first because they the ones that help you to maintain and keep this business running. And without them, you couldn't do it all by yourself, which is also a selfish mindset when you hear a person talking about, I did it all on my own. I did all this. This is all me. Nah, you very insulting and you very selfish, because none of us is successful by ourselves. As the saying goes, it takes a team to make a dream possible or happen. And that's the truth. I don't care who it is in this world. If you look at their success, go behind the scenes, do a little research, and see who they got on their team and what roles they play. They just the person that may have certain ideas. They may be creative to come up with certain ideas, and with them coming up with that idea, they may be able to communicate it to the media or people clearly. What this business or what this idea, whatever it is, but they're not doing everything on their own. It's impossible. It takes a team for everything. Even anybody that's on this social media, the YouTubes or Patreon, any of those, podcasts, any of those, they got some people on the cut that's helping them out and working with them. Nobody's successful alone. And when a person speak on what they done and how they done it, and then nobody do it but them, it's very disrespectful. It's almost like spitting in somebody's face, not to give props where they do, and making sure that everybody that has helped you is recognized and appreciated. And if it's on a financial tip, they are shown appreciation in that area too. So that's another area that I look at when I look at people and women, men and women out here nowadays. I'm a boss. But they call themselves boss bitches. And that's crazy too. That's a whole nother subject, how a woman can call herself a bitch. But if a man call her one, and then it's disrespectful. But you disrespecting yourself from the get-go. That's another subject for another time, or food for thoughts. But yeah, those with that boss mentality, but they don't truly put in the work and dedication and walk in the position of what a boss really is. Another characteristic of a selfish individual, the victim. Oh, I'm the victim. They do things and say things, and when it come back to them, then they're the victim. They never hold themselves accountable. You know, they're always a victim. They never think about what they have said, what they have done, excuse me, and how it may have affected or offended someone else. But when that reaction come back, as it will for all of us, no matter what we do, you do good, your good gonna come back. You do bad, it's gonna come back. But instead of them looking at it like that, they always a victim. You know, and to me, I'm an individual. I don't believe in coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. You know, even success. You know, you gotta be prepared and ready before it comes. You know, you already have to envision it before you accomplish it, you know. So another selfish individual to me is the victim. You know, never do nothing. It's everybody else's fault. People picking on them, people hating on them, you know, and they don't hold themselves accountable for what they said and they have done. You know, that's a very selfish person, because that right there defines you're not thinking about nobody. It's all what you think and what you feel. You curse somebody out that just was trying to help you out, whether it was open the door or saying, hey ma'am or hey sir, your door is open. What the F? You mean tell me? You want to tell me what the... You know, and I might be exaggerating a little bit, but those out there, you understand what I'm saying. You know, just the victim all the time. And then when that person go to knock them upside their head or cuss them back out, or it can lead and go down another road that can be very tragic and unnecessary. You know, they talk about, well, I don't know. I don't understand why. I ain't do nothing. Knowing damn well you just straight dogged this person out. You just disrespected them. You know, but you don't know why. You know, and selfish people usually don't hold themselves accountable, which is very, once again, being selfish only hurts self. In the long run, it hurts you. You're not holding yourself accountable, you hold yourself back in life, and that goes for any of us. Keyword us, include myself. You don't start trying to do the right thing. You fail to recognize the signs, recognize you're wrong, and don't try to do right. Oh, it's gonna come back on you. You don't hold yourself accountable. Like, yeah, you know, I did that. It was stupid. You know, I mean, you gotta beat up on yourself. I mean that you gotta hold it against yourself all your life. We all make mistakes, but lack of accountability. That's a part of the selfish ingredient right there. Because everybody else is the problem. You're the victim. You know, so you got one of those type of people where no matter where they go, somebody always messing with them. It's never their fault. They never did anything. You know, like I told my children growing up, or anybody that I love and I'm connected to, you know, when you go to other places with other people and the same problem occurs, and it's two different environments, two different set of people, they have no connection. They don't even know each other so far as you know. But they say the same thing about you. You gotta start looking at the mirror at yourself. It ain't them. It ain't somebody always picking on you. Nah, it might be just you. You know, so that's another example and characteristic of a selfish person. The victim. You know, never do nothing wrong. Everybody else do. Everybody else crazy. Not me. Shit, in my eyes, we all crazy just to be able to survive in this world. To know how to adjust and get through this maze of things and obstacles that is presented to us that we wasn't prepared for. You know, you have a little loose screw, because if you tight boat, you know how to navigate and be creative and move around and get to your destiny or your goal. You know, as Outkast say in one of their songs back in their albums, Stink on Your Albums, you know, humble as a mumble in the shouts and screams, in the jungle shouts and screams. That's the way that cracker crumbles, so I guess I gotta reroute my dreams. You know? Real talk, real talk. Another characteristic that I didn't realize about selfish people, and to me it's kind of a weakness. You know, myself, I try not to judge people if I can't bring if I can't even sit down and listen to them and get an idea of why they done what they done, but I can put a label on them, you know, put them in that box. As some people say, you know, we all gonna be judged, you know, because that helps anybody recognize who you are as a person, your character, you know. But when you are purposely set up to see how you maneuver or respond to a certain situation that you put in, always remember that that's a tactic that's used, in my opinion, for something that somebody got set up for you, whether it's good or bad, you know. But it's a setup tactic. You know, they got another mission for you after you complete this mission and prove yourself that you're loyal, whatever. And that's whether it's corporate or street, you know. So, but in life in general, it's going to present itself with different situations and opportunities for us to see what people is made of. Because, you know, with life, a lot of things is out of our control. You know, what we presented with, a lot of things are too. It's like, it's like half and half, 50-50. You know, but being another characteristic of a selfish person, from my point of view, is a person that can never step outside of themselves and view a situation from another person's perspective. That right there is, you know, explains itself. Another characteristic of a selfish person, you know, because obviously all your thoughts and energy, your mind frame is set on what you think and what you feel and how you see it, and that's all that matters, you know. And that just ain't realistic. That's not real. That's not a gangster. That's not boss. It ain't none of those things. It's actually weak, you know. In my opinion, a lot of, you know, selfish people are weak individuals, you know. And I'm not saying in this point of view of, you know, they can't fight or defend themselves, or they don't have intelligence, but somewhere in their character is a weak point. Somewhere in their character, I say chain link of their character is a weak link, and selfishness is most definitely that. So a person that can't, you know, like I said, step outside themselves and listen to a person, get an idea, and I understand all circumstances is not going to give you that available time or mental time to sit back and view it. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do in certain circumstances. You know, you don't have that time to really sit back and step outside yourself and say, well, damn, if that happened to me, you know, how would I have handled it? You know, if I done something to somebody, you know, and it made me feel some type of way, you know, or I was a receiver of what I done to somebody. Excuse me, that's what I meant to say. If I was a receiver of what I just done or said to somebody, how would I take that? You know, and once again, you know, if it wasn't for a lot of selfish people, you know, it's not always a bad thing, because you can appreciate the ones that may come across in your life that is not, and you know how to identify it, how to separate it. You know, But in the society and world that we live in nowadays, it's a lot more selfishness out here than it is genuine, down to earth, real people with realistic expectations and goals, that will benefit others besides just themselves. The last thing that I feel when it comes to selfishness, I being a person that I got my selfish ways, but it's just to preserve or to make sure that I love myself and care for myself properly. But I do understand those that are selfish because they might have been raised in an environment of selfish people. And one of the songs that Earth, Wind, and Fire says, a child is born with a heart of gold. The pressures of the world makes that heart so cold. So in certain selfish individuals, I can understand, that they may have been raised in a selfish environment where their parents or whoever that they was raised up under was very selfish individuals. And during that time of nurturing, they was looking for love and support or whatnot. And they was taken advantage of. Their feelings was hurt. They was damaged dramatically. So their defense mechanism may be, I'm gonna get whoever first before they get me, because I don't want to revisit that hurt and pain of when I was open, free, mentally and heart-wise, to give, and somebody took advantage of that, took advantage of my kindness, and they may react and do things to get over on people before they get over on them. And like I said, it's understandable, but it still don't make it right. And I would suggest this to anyone that's listening that has been raised in that type of environment. You still got options, and sometimes, especially in the Black community, the stigmatism that is stuck with us, or the label and titles, that is not that we chose it, but it's just chosen for us to have these titles and this image of ourselves in this world. Like we're less than, or we're the most fortunate. I would say with that, you still, all of us in the Black culture, always remember you got options. Even if the options is either yes or no, it's still options. And even if you was brought up in a environment of selfish people and you use this selfish defense mechanism to protect your heart and your feelings, you still got options, even being that type of person. And your options is to disconnect, no matter who it is: father, mother, sister, brother, son, daughter. You got the option to disconnect yourself from those selfish individuals and surround yourself around people that is really down to earth, that's really genuine, that really know how to support and love you, and learn how to give that back to others. Especially in the Black culture, that's what we're lacking. We're like now, we're very, man, I can't even. We're lacking in that a lot. And I'll say, just separate yourself from those people. If you're that individual that use this selfish tactic as a thing to not let somebody get over on you. Yeah, you're gonna still be challenged. You're still gonna be people out here that will try to manipulate and, as they say, be a wolf in sheep clothing, present themselves as such. But when you done been through it, you done recognize it, you done been involved with selfish people, you're able to spot it from afar. It's just like anything that you experience in life, a job, learning a new job. When you first go in there and you start learning this new skill, even in college, you start learning this new skill. A lot of things is foreign to you. You can't identify and see how to correct an issue from afar, or have an idea what led up to this problem and how to fix it. But the more and more you practice it, the more and more you come in contact with it, you're able to spot it from afar. And with that, you fix it. Choose your options. You run into an individual, it's all about me, I. You choose to involve yourself with them because of their looks, sex, or whatever, money, or whatever you trying to get out of them. That's selfish on your end right there, so you know it's gonna backfire off the rip. Even if it's just you have to be drained and put in time, or spiritually, or financially, or mentally. You trying to get what you trying to get out of them, but you see that they selfish from the get-go, but you still trying to get what you trying to get. It's still gonna bite you. It's still gonna affect you. Still gonna come back on you. So cut it off. Recognize it. Spot it from afar. Throw up your bunny ears or your peace sign, and distance yourself. And surround yourself around people that is genuine. People that's out here to get theirs, but they're most definitely, when they had a time and energy, willing to give back from a genuine place. They don't have no hidden motives besides just wanting to see a person fly and be the best that they can be. Because those people know that it's going to come back to them automatically. Like I said in the beginning, what you put out is what you're going to get back. None of us is that powerful, gifted or put up on a pedestal, however you want to put it in a category. None of us will escape that reality. What you put out, you're going to get back. So watch what you put out. So go ahead and grab your mental biscuit and go ahead and finish cleaning up this sauce that I left on this food for thought session. Alright.